As the last ember of sunlight faded behind the snow-shrouded peaks, Anna stood frozen, her hand on the door handle, the scratching at her threshold growing more insistent. The howling wind and creaking trees seemed to hold their breath as she hesitated, the darkness outside coalescing into a presence that watched her with an unblinking gaze. And when she finally opened the door, a chill draft swept in, carrying the scent of wet fur and something else. A scent that stirred a memory she couldn't quite grasp, a sense of belonging she thought she'd never know. The thin gray dog on her step, its eyes locked on hers, seemed to hold the key to a mystery that would unravel everything she thought she knew about herself, her past, and the true meaning of family. The darkness outside seemed to seep into her bones as she stood there, the cold air a stark contrast to the warmth of the fire crackling in the stove behind her. The dog, its fur fluffed up against the chill, didn't flinch, its gaze holding hers with an unnerving intensity. For a moment, they just stared at each other, the only sound the creaking of the old wooden sign that hung above her door, bearing the weathered letters Raven's Peak Station. The wind howled again, and the dog's ears perked up, as if listening to a call only it could hear. Anna felt a shiver run down her spine as she took in the sight of the dog's paw, the blood frozen into a dark crust on the fur. Something about the dog's eyes, a deep sadness and a spark of hope, stirred a long-dormant part of her. She felt the weight of her solitude, the emptiness of her life, and the ache of her loneliness. And yet, as she looked into the dog's eyes, she sensed a connection, a sense of recognition that went beyond words. Without thinking, she reached out a hand, and to her surprise, the dog nuzzled it gently, its tail wagging faintly. The gesture was almost familiar, as if she'd done this before, as if she'd known this dog or its kin in a past life. The thought sent a ripple through her, a sense of disorientation, as if the very foundations of her world were shifting. And then, the dog looked away, its eyes fixed on something beyond the treeline, its ears perked up, as if listening to a call. Anna followed its gaze, and that's when she saw them, a dozen pairs of eyes, watching her from the darkness, their presence both calming and unnerving. As the days passed, the pack grew, their eyes gleaming in the dark like a constellation of small moons. Anna found herself looking forward to their nightly visits, the way they'd gather at the treeline, their gray fur blending with the shadows. She'd take out food, and they'd eat, their jaws working in silence, their eyes never leaving hers. It was as if they'd known her all their lives, as if they'd been waiting for her to remember something. The mother dog, the one she'd first taken in, would often linger, her eyes locked on Anna's, a deep understanding passing between them. Anna felt a sense of peace settle over her, a sense of belonging she'd never known before. And yet, with each passing night, the questions grew. Why had they come to her? What did they want from her? The answers, she sensed, lay in the past, in a history she'd never known. She'd find herself standing at the window, staring out into the darkness, feeling the weight of their gaze upon her. The wind would howl, and the trees would creak, but she'd feel no fear. For the first time in her life, she felt like she was home. And then, one night, as she stood there, a figure emerged from the darkness, its eyes glowing like embers. Anna's heart skipped a beat as the figure drew closer, its features slowly taking shape. It was an old dog, its fur gray and worn, its eyes cloudy with age. But as it approached, Anna saw something in its eyes, something that made her breath catch in her throat. A deep recognition, a sense of knowing. The old dog reached the door, and Anna, without thinking, opened it. The dog stepped inside, its eyes never leaving hers, and Anna felt the room spin around her. For in its eyes, she saw a reflection of her own, a sense of shared history, of family. And as the dog drew closer, its tail wagging faintly, Anna felt the ground beneath her feet give way, as if she were standing on the edge of a great precipice, staring into a void that was also a mirror. As the night wore on, the storm raging outside, Anna found herself sitting by the fire, the old dog lying at her feet, its eyes fixed on hers. The pack, sensing her unease, had gathered closer, their eyes a soft glow in the darkness. The wind howled, the trees creaked, and the fire crackled. But Anna felt a sense of calm wash over her, as if she'd finally found a piece of herself she'd been searching for her whole life. The old dog, its eyes cloudy with age, seemed to sense her emotions, and it leaned forward, its nose touching hers. Anna felt a jolt of electricity run through her, as if a door had been opened, a door that led to a room filled with memories, with stories, with a history she'd never known. And as she looked into the dog's eyes, she saw it, a flash of a young woman standing in the doorway of the station, surrounded by gray dogs, laughing. The image vanished, leaving Anna breathless, her heart pounding in her chest. The old dog, sensing her distress, nuzzled her hand, its tail wagging faintly. Anna looked down, her eyes meeting the dog's, and she knew. She knew that she'd been given a gift of family, of history, of belonging. The pack, sensing her emotions, stirred, their eyes fixed on hers, and Anna felt a sense of peace settle over her, a sense of finally being home. But as she looked into their eyes, she saw something else, a sense of warning, a sense of danger. The storm outside seemed to grow more intense, the wind howling, the trees creaking, and Anna felt a shiver run down her spine. The old dog, sensing her fear, stood up, its eyes fixed on hers, and Anna knew that she was on the cusp of something that would change her life forever. The lights in the valley below flickered and then went dark, plunging the world into an inky blackness. The pack stirred, their eyes glowing like embers, and Anna felt herself being pulled into a world she'd never known, a world of wonder, of magic, of family. And as the darkness closed in around her, Anna knew that she'd never be alone again, that she'd found a family that would stand by her, no matter what the future held. As the darkness enveloped the valley, Anna felt a sense of trepidation mixed with wonder. The pack, sensing her emotions, closed in around her, their eyes a soft glow in the darkness. The old dog, its eyes cloudy with age, leaned forward, its nose touching hers, and Anna felt a jolt of electricity run through her. The image of the young woman, standing in the doorway of the station, surrounded by gray dogs, laughing, flashed before her eyes again. This time, it lingered, and Anna saw more, a sense of joy, of belonging, of being part of something greater than herself. The old dog's eyes seemed to hold a deep wisdom, a knowledge that spanned generations. And as Anna looked into those eyes, she felt the weight of her solitude lifting, the emptiness of her life filling with a sense of purpose. The pack, sensing her transformation, stirred, their eyes fixed on hers, and Anna knew that she had finally found what she had been searching for her whole life, a sense of family, of belonging, of being home. The storm outside seemed to subside, the wind dying down, the trees ceasing their creaking, and an unearthly silence fell over the valley. In the stillness, Anna heard a whisper, a soft voice that seemed to come from the pack, from the old dog, from the very mountains themselves. "You are not alone," it whispered. "You never were." And as the darkness slowly receded, Anna saw the truth. The pack, the old dog, the station, the valley, it was all part of a larger tapestry, a weave of lives and stories that stretched back generations. She was not just a woman living in a station at the top of a pass. She was a thread in that tapestry, a part of a larger narrative that had been waiting for her to remember. The lights in the valley below flickered back to life, casting a warm glow over the landscape, and Anna knew that she would never see the world in the same way again. She had been given a gift of family, of history, of belonging. And as she looked out into the night, She knew that she would always be home, no matter where her journey took her. As the lights in the valley returned to glow, Anna's heart remains aglow with the warmth of her newfound family. If you've ever experienced a similar sense of belonging or discovery, we'd love to hear your story. What's the most unexpected way you've found a sense of family or connection in your life?